Hi there. Welcome to a special episode. We're gonna call it special. I guess we can call this a tutorial. I'm hoping in the future I will do some tutorials on how to play Qud. You know, some Qud 101. How to be good at Qud. Get confident at playing Qud, I guess, is a better way of saying that. But for now, for people who are enjoying my content, they've expressed a wish for me to try and explain better how to watch what I'm doing, or better, how to sort of understand what is happening. So let me try and do that for you. So in Qud you have this interface. Now this interface is actually pre-release. You can go into the interface and make it, spiffier and shinier, and that's this is the spiffy version of Qud's interface. So let me try and walk you through a little bit of it. First of all, here, and you'll see I'll often be in this zoomed in view. This is our main character. He has tended to look like this because I've been playing True Kin Children of the Hearth, so they'll always look like this for now. And when I zoom in, it tends to zoom in on that character. When I walk around using the numpad, things kind of flash around, they kind of move around, but it's kind of, I understand it's difficult to, sort of see everything. Don't try and see everything, really. You're just looking at the main character. When I zoom out, we're looking at, right now we're looking at Jopa. It's a standard or stock standard starting area. For the most part, things read exactly as they are. These are doors, these are walls, these are torches. The torches give you light. There is dynamic lighting in Qud, so I can't see what's over here because it's shrouded in darkness, and that can matter tactically when it comes to fighting lots of monsters. It can also matter, like, I'm in a dungeon and water weep, nice. When I walk in this door and there's a bunch of monsters. So that's this is our main character. This is our world. Here's an NPC. When I walk up to them, I'm hitting the space bar and talking to them. This is a dialogue window, and you'll see me skipping through a lot of this stuff because I've done it a lot of times. I tried to, for my Qud series, to read through these quests, each of them, as the first time they show up. This is your stock stand, or not your stock standard, your starting quest. Take see the 6-day stilt for myself, which I always take. There's about 3 quests in Jopa that I always take. And when you're starting the game, you probably always want to take that. But anyway, just talking about talking, those are what those windows look like. You'll see me. I'm talking to Elder Irudad here. On our left here, you'll see this screen come up and also disappear sometimes. This is our log. This tells us literally everything that has happened in the game. You pass by a door, you open a door, you hear the NPC talk, you have received a new quest. This guy here, he'll occasionally say something. It doesn't feel like it right now. And you'll even see things that are happening, like other combats and other skirmishes. So like if a couple of monsters are fighting in the same screen as you, you'll see like, Snapjaw like threw a grenade and there's gas, or something died, like something tried to fire on another thing. So all of that appears here, and you'll see me disappear that because sometimes I need to see what's over there. At the top here is a bunch of information. Not a lot of it is very important to me. Up in the top right here, this is the town we're in. This is kind of the in-universe name of what month, what day it is. All of this is kind of fluff. It's actually well-meaning fluff because you can, if you want, kind of track your days. But it's not something I tend to look at something right here, this is actually, it is important. I can't remember what MA is. I'm probably going to have to look that up so I don't sound like an idiot, but we have basically our armor defense and our agility defense, like how likely it is for us to dodge out of the way of enemies. Again, I don't tend to look up here. It matters when I'm equipping stuff, but when I'm in combat, I'm usually focused on what is in front of me. This green bar here represents our health. So when I'm taking damage and you see it go down, you'll see it, like, you know, get down here or down here if things are really dangerous. And you'll hear me say, oh man, I think we might die here, or I think we're in danger, when we drop down to half health and you can see on the screen lots of things chasing you. I'm gonna continue to talk, but I'm gonna try and get us into a combat situation so that I can sort of better explain what a screen looks like. And also I want to talk about, you know, the dynamic lighting. This is quite a random game I've discovered for myself, but I guess this works. So you can see here, like, you know, I'm behind a wall right now. When I zoom out, I can see just a tiny sliver. That's the lighting in this game. So I can see just a tiny bit past that wall, and that shows me everything that is there. And if I move around, you'll see different chunks of area become visible to me. You know, when they go dark, I can't see what's there, so if things are happening there, like say a monster is moving around, I don't get to know that, but I do remember, my character remembers what is there for the most part. He knows there's a wall there, and he knows there's a thing there that I should probably investigate, and there's lots of plants and stuff. So, you can also sometimes, if something is like, something really big is happening, you can actually see something that's happening in the dark. You know, like if an explosion happens, because your character is hearing that as well, and he can hear generally in the direction that is happening. So, you know, I'm moving around, and I know that Qud is kind of hard to look at, or it's kind of hard to watch when you're not explicitly like focusing on specific things. Because, like, you know, the dynamic lighting every time I move around is updating. So you're looking at, you know, flashing lights, and, you know, I'm moving around trees, so the trees are blocking the light, so it's really hard to see. So we got ourselves in a combat situation here. And I'll zoom in. I tend not to zoom in this much. I hope I'm not going too quickly, by the way. So I'll bring back the log, and we've already attacked the log, so you can see, and I can make this more opaque if people would like. You hit ×2 for 7 damage with your steel mace. 21. So that's telling us, you know, obviously that we swung at the croc with our mace, and we actually got a critical, and that's, you know, that's great. And then the croc attacked back, and he missed me. 3 versus 4. I think 3 was his attack roll. You know, similarly to like when you're playing D&D, you know, every single time something attacks you, or when you attack them, it's basically doing a little dice roll, and then it's squaring up your roll with their armor, and also their agility. So first it does agility, so it tells you, hey, did you actually make contact with the animal or the monster in question? Yes. Did you get past their defenses, their armor? So that's AV and DV. I'm sure I cannot remember which is which, and I'm bad for that, and I'll look that up for our Qud 101 tutorial. But for now, I'm just trying to teach you how to see what is going on. So now in the bottom right here, this is something I do tend to pay attention to. We have our target, we are currently facing. Bloody croc. It's bloody because I hit it. I did some damage, and it's bleeding. It's injured. I don't get to know how much health it is. It has, sorry. But I do get to know, does it look like it's on its last legs? Does it look like, how bad does it look, really? This is also similar to, like, if you're in a D&D situation and you're fighting a monster. I think that generally a DM will tell you, yeah, he looks beat up, or you chopped off its arm. I mean, it's bleeding out. It looks, you can see its face go pale because it's from blood loss. But you don't get a health bar. You yourself get a health bar, but monsters don't. And it tells me it's hostile, obviously. Also, it tells me it's average. Average is the difficulty level, and it tells me this based on my level. So right now I'm level 1, and the crocodile is an average monster, meaning that I can probably kill this monster. So, you know, when I make an attack, you can see my enemy, or my character, like, you know, move into him. That's a little attack animation. And you saw the little number pop up, -2. So, and you can, you know, compare down here. You hit ×1 for 2 damage with your steel mace. So I hit it. And you'll see me, like, you know, I'm used to this game by now, and I hope so. I've played it for a little bit. You'll see me, like, you know, basically bash a monster until it's giblets, you know. And that's how to look at combat, I guess. But, you know, like, you'll see a bunch of enemies around me, and that's when things get dangerous. I'm gonna continue moving until I see another enemy to fight. So you'll also hear me say things like, "Oh, well, I want to wait for my abilities to come back, so I'll do something like a wait. I can do Shift W, and that lets me wait." So that's what that screen looks like. I usually make characters that have night vision, but night vision isn't necessarily a consistent thing. And then I can show you what that looks like, actually. If I turn my night vision off. Wait. Yeah, it is off. I guess it's daytime right now. But, you know, we'll see as we go along that if you don't have a character with any kind of night vision and you also don't have torches, you can find yourself in very tricky situations. If I zoom out a bit and I hold down Alt, I can actually see all of the things on the screen that are interactable, meaning there's something there for my character to do. These splotches are actually potentially interesting. I can hit L and move over them and have a look at what they are. There's a corpse, tar-encrusted bones. So, yeah, nothing exciting now, but sometimes those little splotch marks can be very valuable. I get, you know, this is starting to turn into a Qud 101, but I guess I just want to, like, give you the basics. So, like, you know, what is interesting to me when I tell you, hey, oh, you know, there's something over there. It would be almost as fun. It would be, I'm sure, more fun if you, the viewer, are able to spot that before I do. Because maybe I'll miss it, and then you can tell me in the comments. You know? So, you know, we're moving along. And I'm moving north. I know the geography of Qud pretty okay now, so I know that I'm headed towards Red Rock. And hey, lo and behold, here we are in Red Rock. We can kill that thing. We're doing, like, this is I'm just like, I just threw a character together to try and, like, illustrate things. But we're actually doing pretty well. So now, you know, this is what a cave would look like without night vision. It's also what a cave looks like without night vision and also a torch lit. So right now my character has a torch. I should talk about the inventory system a little bit, but you know, for now I won't. So if I remove the torch, now look, I'm in complete darkness. I can still move around and I remember where things are generally, but if there's a monster there, I can't see it. It's kind of spooky. So I'll turn on night vision. Now everything is in green. That's what night vision does. It makes everything green. And I've offered to turn that off, and I will if people would like. For now, I've got it on. These things are plants. If I had, like, harvestry, I could, like, harvest them for some, you know, extra stuff. I can kill them if I want. I can do, like, a forced attack and kill the plants if I want. This stuff here is, like, liquid. But, you know, night vision obscures what kind of liquid it is. If it was blue, it might be some kind of salty, you know, water, but I don't know. So I can hit L, look over it. So it's 492 drams of brackish water. Pool of liquid. Brackish is just like dirty, chunky water. Blah. Garbage. Not good for drinking. Not good as currency. It's bad. And there's a bear. So something you'll see, I'll talk about, I mean, this is like, again, delving into 101 stuff, but Sometimes you'll see monsters moving when I'm not. That's because I'm hitting the wait button, which is a standard rogue tactic to wait for something to come to you. You know, this can, you know, it can be for a number of reasons, but generally if you wait for a monster to come to you, it means that you get the first attack. You know, and sometimes you can also like slam them or make an attack that like puts distance between you and them, and then wait for them to come to you again. Even better when you have a ranged weapon, you can slam them away and then do some range damage. But you know, waiting is kind of a standard thing. If let me sprint away so I can show you what would happen if I didn't wait. Again, this wasn't meant to be a 101, but if I'm in this situation. Oh, I'm still sprinting, hold on. That ability is not enabled. What do you mean it's not enabled? Oh, no. Stop sprinting. I see. So, you know. Oh, I got scared by the plant. Oh, that's cool. So, you know, I got lucky, but tends, you know, if I came to him, same thing would happen. He would get a free attack on me. I can see that the bear is tough. So, that again, you know, keep your eyes down here. You can see what kind of encounter I'm in right now. I'm doing okay, but he could, you know, if you fight a foe that's like largely tougher than you, they could potentially do your whole health bar in damage. So he's already taken a chunk out of me, and you can see more chunks being taken. You know, so then, you know, I end up in this situation. Your health is dropped below 40. This is when I tend to run. He can still attack me though if I'm not quick enough. Oh, that stairs down. Oh, that's really bad. I don't really want to lose this character. Okay, we made it out of the cave. The bear can follow me though, so it's not like I've escaped the bear. I didn't mean to like start playing Qud, and he hit me again. He successfully. So let's try and slam him. Yeah, we did. So, and he's stunned, so now he can make a getaway. And you'll see this kind of situation where like I try and put something between me and the enemy so that they can't see me. And you know, he got out of it this time, but enemies don't tend to be very smart. There's a good chance that if you obscure your vision or their vision of you, you'll escape. They'll just kind of give up. Anyway, this is most of it. Down here, these are all my abilities. So I have make a camp. These are things I have assigned. So I can, you know, make a camp, sprint, slam. That's my night vision. I haven't assigned anything to it. I guess it's just telling me all my abilities, not necessarily the ones I've assigned. I can assign one to stop sprinting, but generally I stop sprinting automatically because it stops when I attack. I can get rid of the log again. You know, and like, you know, hold alt. There's enemies. There's a goat. Goats are usually good. Oh. Goat and kudzu symbiote. See, now I have never seen that before. So this is a hostile goat. A goat and kudzu symbiote. So I have never seen that. This is quite a random Qud game I've drawn up. Just to like complete the, you know, I guess talking about the interface. That's me up the top left. That's my name, Nervrin. I can tell you guys later what this stuff is, but it's not really important. Sated quenched is important. It tells me if I'm hungry or if I'm thirsty. I have it set so that my character will automatically drink water when they are thirsty. If I have it, which I generally do, I'm pretty good at making sure I always have drinking water. And then here is my experience bar, and I've talked about this before, but you know, that blue bar, when I makes it all the way to the right, then I level up. That's good. It's a good thing. And that's more or less it. And I can talk about, these interfaces. This is my character sheet. So things like my abilities. If I had some mutations, which I will eventually play a mutant, you would see my mutations here. My resistances, my health, my maximum health, my level, my XP. These are all represented in the interface, so no worries. Don't really have to worry about that. This is my inventory, so you can see, and I can like collapse these categories. Food, light source, tonics. Tonics are important. Those are what I tend to go for if I'm dying. I need like a salve injector. That's that'll save my skin. And then we have our containers, water containers down here. It doesn't have to be fresh water, but it generally is. And then we have equipment. And I can also swap over. This is like my one cybernetics. And I hope to get more cybernetics with my main character right now, Ruckus. But for now, and generally it's, night vision implant. It's quite difficult to get more implants, but it's, once we reach a certain point, it will be a lot easier. And then this is like all of the categories that we can fill, like, if we can wear a helmet on our head, something on our face, you'll see these, and I'll flash through them pretty quickly because I don't want you guys to be bored by, item management. And then here is our faction, our reputation with every faction, so you can actually see, every faction that exists. So there's Children Mamon. I have no idea who they are, to be honest. I've never met them. Cult of Mehram. I think we have met those before. Then we have normal thing like dogs. Dogs are a faction. Qud, is so far in the future past an apocalypse. Basically, everything is sentient to a degree. Everything is mutated. So you could meet a legendary dog that has the ability to explode your mind with its mind. That kind of stuff exists. But I could befriend the dogs. I could do quests for them, or I could slay legendary creatures that are enemies to the dogs, and increase my relationship, my reputation with them. And then when I meet a legendary dog, they will be friends to me. And then I can share some water with them, and potentially learn some secrets from the dogs. And the Gersh, I believe those are the factions of the Gershlings, as well as the creatures of the humans that are corrupted by the Gershlings. It's something I don't know as much about, but I would like to. I have no idea what this is. Who as husband folk. I have no idea. But, they're there. Mechanimus like books. I don't know, you'll hear a lot of this you don't need to know. Quests. Journal. This is my journal. This is important for I'll find interesting locations. I can mark them in my journal, and then I can keep them on my map. Speaking of the map, let's look at the map. Oh, there's an enemy around. I forgot about the kudzu goat. Is that another kudzu goat? What is happening? Let's sprint away from this madness. So I just said let's sprint away. I sprinted, and you can tell generally if I have that arrow flashing, it means I'm sprinting. Is that a hostile chameleon? It is hostile. Does it know? No, it doesn't know I'm here. Okay. What? Something's shooting at me. So we're running now from a chameleon and a goat. Good times. So, these kind of situations I can really understand are difficult to see. It's because, this, is it this plant? Or these plants, these reeds can grow tall. Let me have a look at one of these reeds so you can see them. Brine stalk. Girthy pilings of fibrous salt rot stake out these pools of brine. They belong to no one. They can grow tall and therefore obscure my vision. So you'll see these kind of situations, I understand, are not really I spot a Tromad caravan. There's so many exciting things happening in this run that where I'm just trying to explain very basic, benign stuff. But yeah, I can understand this is difficult to look at. So now, let me explain this. You'll see things beyond a certain vision or radius are now green. That's because nighttime is dawning. And you'll see this radius shrink. Let me even like wait. You'll see it shrink. Ah, the stupid kudzu goat is here. Okay, you know what? Kudzu goat, get the heck out of here. Yo, are the dragonflies are hostile to me. I didn't even do anything to them. Will the dromads help? I don't think they will. I think I'm gonna die. You can tell that because you can see that my health is below 40% up here. And I'm being attacked by flying things. You can tell they're flying because they have a little up arrow. These guys are dromads. There's a dromad in Jopa who I tend to do, you know, buy and sell stuff to. Seems like everything is hostile to me right now. This is like water. I think it looks like water, but you know, I'm just letting you know in case you don't. One fun thing is if you step in water, you tend to like leave a little drips and drabs of water. Let's look at the map real quick. This is the map. This isn't just me looking at a map. This is me traveling on that map. And it works, you know, kind of like how you would think. You take more time to travel on the map. It's not represented here. You're kind of fast traveling in a way. But every time I move around on this map, I have a chance of getting lost. Getting lost is based on my knowledge of the environment. If it's mountains and I have no knowledge of the mountains, I have more chance or a higher chance of getting lost. So now I'm lost in the mountains, but I can head back in the direction I came in. I know which direction I headed in. So if I was to make it back to the area with the kudzu goat, for instance, my character would go, oh hey, I remember this. I hope so. I hope they would do that. And then I would no longer be lost. I'm heading in that direction. When you do get lost, so I should explain. This again is turning into a 101. I really just wanted to talk about how, like, what are you looking at here? You know, these guys are swimming. That's why they flash. I think that's right. I'm not sure why the glowfish flash like that. I'm like well and truly lost, apparently. I have it on full screen just so I can, like, you know, make my way around. It's nighttime, so. And like so these screens they're known as no, that's not true. Can't remember. Oh, you discover Hannah. I have no idea. I'm in a new ruins. I'm still lost. But I discovered a ruin. You know, you'll see me do this occasionally. That's me hitting the auto explorer, which can get me killed, but if I'm confident in my level versus the environment I'm in, which I'm not here, I'm just kind of explaining Qud, I guess. You'll see my character just kind of like automatically wander around until he's found, you know, anything and everything of worth. Which is just basically like he's, in the same sense that he's committing everything to memory. He's going through every nook and cranny to ensure that there's nothing on the screen left to mystery, basically. I think that's more or less it. I can talk about item management a bit more, but I don't know if that's necessarily like, you know, I hope to not do very much of that on screen, and I'm gonna die here, by the way. I'm gonna run away, but you know, I don't know if knowing that is helpful necessarily, but I know that people are struggling a little bit watching Qud. I understand. I've had trouble streaming Qud. So I wanted to try and help you guys a little bit. So I've regained my bearings. I can zoom out. I can go back to Joppa. So what I was going to say is, in our map, all of these tiles are known as parasangs. Parasangs, if you can try and visualize it in your head, are actually made up of 3x3 screens. So, you know, with that in mind, I'm basically I'm in the parasang right now with Joppa. Am I not? I might not be. No, I am. I don't know why it's not. No, I don't know why it's not letting me go to Joppa. Oh, I guess Joppa got replaced by a water weep. So I can see in the center, meaning in the center of this 3x3 grid, is where Joppa is. So with this information, I know that Red Rock is basically 4 screens away. I hope that makes sense. This over here, these 3 splotches make up red rust, or sorry, rust wells, which is generally where I go first whenever I start a game, because then I can complete the Curmudgeon's quest from Joppa, which is a good quest to complete, as I mentioned, because it gives you a fast travel disc. You know, so I hope that helps a little bit. You know, and I'll try to do a better job of explaining myself or explaining what's happening. I know people have been saying, "Hey, you're doing all right." You know, I try and basically let you know the interesting things that are happening, but sometimes I do go into reaction mode in the sense that something is happening and I'm focusing on that happening. I'm focusing on the combat. I'm focusing on, you know, interesting things that are happening, but sometimes I'm not explaining what is happening. So I'll try my best to do a better job of explaining what is happening, but also I might every once in a while break into tutorial mode to let you guys know, hey, you know, this is what's going on. And right now, you know, I'm back in Joppa. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Joppa. This is the last little thing I'll do, tutorialization, I guess. You know, like, this is the guy down here, and I hope you were watching my character. This is the character I tend to trade with. There are other people I can trade with, but this tends to be the first one until I progress in the story and in the, I guess, on my adventure. I'll explain a little bit of this screen because I know it is very overwhelming. You can see here, this is my inventory on the right side of this line, and then over here is the Dromad's inventory, the stuff I'm trying to buy. So you'll see me over here, and I'm just like hitting enter on those, on that ammo on the left. So I'm like buying that stuff because it's very cheap, and I can buy some leather armor if I want. I can also look at stuff. Let me see if there's a, yeah, here we go, an engraved wooden buckler. So if I hit a button and look at that, I can actually look at the stuff that he's selling and gain some extra secret knowledge. So here's some secret knowledge. This item is engraved with a scene from the life of the ancient Sultan Shashid. Inside a colossal prism, Shashid cemented her friendship with explorers by marrying Tarjesh. That's a really cool one, actually. I like this idea of, you know, this colossal prism. These 2 people married to you know, basically maintain or extend a hand to another with explorers. So explorers is a faction. So she extended her a hand of friendship to those explorers by marrying someone. And as I said, this is part of my love for Qud, or these randomized and generated storylines. So, you know, and then that generally follows up with letting me know, hey, your journal has been updated with information. So again, I'll try to better explain what's happening. But I mean, as a rule of thumb, you want to keep your eye on my character. And that way, Like literally just look at the character, and it helps to sort of parse out all of the other information. Pretty much everything you see on the screen is what he is seeing, as well as hearing. So it helps to kind of parse out all of the information on the screen. By the way, this is possibly the luckiest random adventure and game I've started here. This is just really quickly. This is a water weep. It's basically an unlimited supply of fresh water. As I have explained in the past, fresh water isn't just important to my survival, but also the currency in this world. And one has generated randomly in the starting town. So I basically, like, whenever I want, can go and get myself some fresh drams of water and go and buy myself a carbide, mace of doom, destruction. So that's pretty funny. Anyway, I hope this helps, and I hope that you will join me on my future adventures in Qud. I will do a 101 tutorial at some point, maybe when I better understand what the heck I'm talking about, as well as get a little bit better at this game. But, for now, take it easy. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're just finding my channel now, if you enjoyed it, follow, I don't know. Have a good day.